welcome back to the Doctor's Halftime. Now, coming up in the second half of our doubleheader here on Fox, the game involving the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers, a game that some of you will be seeing at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Now, the major development today involves the right thumb that's on the throwing hand of Troy Aikman. You see him carrying his carry-on bag, not involving that sore thumb in that process at all. And back here in Studio 7, let's talk a little bit more about the matchup today. Terry, anything about Dallas at all concerns you that maybe they won't be as fired up as many people are talking about?
The one thing about the Dallas Cowboys and the thing that makes them a championship team is the fact that this team can focus and they can travel on the road and focus. They can face adversity at home or on the road. They're defending world champions who are used to these types of situations, and that is going to help them in this football game. They are not in awe of this event that's going to be taking place today.
Another guy you could lock in a closet for 6 months and he'd come out, play on the road, play at home is Deion Sanders. He lives for this kind of game. If I'm the 49ers, I want the Dallas Cowboys worrying about Deion Sanders for 60 minutes, returning kickoff, playing wide receiver. If there's ever an offense that Deion Sanders would flourish in as a wide receiver, catching the ball 5 yards, making things happen athletically after he catches the ball.
Well, Howie, I'm also interested in Deion Sanders one-on-one with Michael Irvin. If truly that thumb is affecting Troy Aikman and his confidence to squeeze the ball in there against tight coverage, then he may go away from Michael Irvin because Deion Sanders got him locked up one-on-one. And if that's the case, then look for Michael Irvin to be screaming, "Get me the football," because he wants Troy to throw it in there. But Troy may not have the confidence to throw it in there if that thumb is a problem.
Yeah, and don't forget, Jay Novacek is hurt at tight end. That's going to hurt Troy. And Harper's been out all week with a knee. That's going to hurt Troy. And now Troy's hurt. If all of this is true, then the Cowboys don't have a prayer today if all of this is true.
Yeah, well, they're going to roll McDonald up and go to an 8-man front and try to stop Emmett.
Right, and number 22, Emmitt Smith, is the key, but the 49ers can put Tim McDonald up there, 8-man front, and that'll slow that running game down. But if they try to do it too much, then that exposes all those defensive backs one-on-one, and that's how Dallas gets the big play.
Hey, Jimmy, but Howie was talking earlier in the pregame show about how San Francisco doesn't have a fiery type on defense. I believe you got to have a guy who maybe has 1 foot in jail in terms of the mentality that you want on defense. Right. What was the key for your managing wild personalities on defense that are essential in the football game?
Well, usually when you have a successful football team, those people are going to emerge. Kenny Norton was one of the guys that did it for us. Charles Haley obviously did it for us. James Washington did it for us with the Cowboys. Now, with the 49ers, I'm not real sure who's going to do it, but somebody's got to come to the front in a big game like this today and say, hey, let's get the job done. We have to win this game.
Alrighty, we'll see what happens. The game is coming up, and again, you'll be seeing that right here on Fox coming up at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. The Dallas Cowboys taking on the San Francisco 49ers at Candlestick Park. All right, folks, and we've got more coming your way. Doctor's Halftime after this.